Hey, what's up guys, Ruby Cupid MB here. I'm back with another video in our glorious Ford S-Max. Now, that's the thing. Today is going to be an update on the Ford S-Max. Yeah, let's get cracking, shall we? So, yeah, we had this Ford S-Max, as you probably see on the YouTube channel. And yeah, I have done a review on it, and it was the first review I ever did on my YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to go in this bit of update, shall we say. I'm going to be going through some of the things that I have actually done with this car on YouTube and going through some of the things that I said in the review. But yeah, the update. So, one thing I actually really liked about this car when I reviewed it was, I mean, to be fair, when we bought the car, I was not into cars. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really even know, like, engines and stuff. So, yeah. To be fair, when we bought this car, I was quite young. So, to be honest, I was kind of not really, shall we say, didn't really know much, shall we say. But, yeah, one thing I actually pointed out in the review, that Matthew actually mentioned in the review was, he said, a cutaway of, it was like, Push Start 2013. And yeah, if you go and watch that review, I will probably put a link in the description. So if you want to go and check it out, go and check it out, because it's actually quite a funny video. It wasn't really a review. So yeah, one thing I actually really like is the driving position. In this car, it's really good for any size of person, because, like, I haven't got the seat all the way back. I haven't got the seat all the way forward. I've got plenty of space, actually. I've got enough headroom, obviously. And I know I'm quite small. I'm only 5'4", I think, 5'4". About 160 something centimetres, which, I mean, you've got great use in, like, Mercedes. Look at that, straight ahead. So in Mercedes, it's a bit like that. But yeah, I can see over the dashboard great. It actually feels quite low. I haven't got the seat all the way down. You can go lower than this. This isn't the lowest it can go. I can go a bit lower. So that was the drive. Like, I can go really low if I want, like that. And now it feels like you're in a sports car. Or you can go really high. You can go really, 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 really high. And one thing I really like about this car is, it's not really about all of the S-Maxes, it's just really about this one. This has only done 58,000 miles. That is really low mileage for these types of cars. Usually, if you see a 2013 S-Max, they've usually done about 100,000 miles. And Mark 1 S-Maxes, 2006, when the car came out, this one's the facelift, the non-facelift one's 2006, they've usually done like 200, 150,000 miles. And to be fair, if you told me that this has done, if you told me this had just came out the showroom, I would 100% believe you. There's leather on the steering wheels in great nick. The plastics, they don't feel outdated. They feel just like the new one. Yes, admittedly, the new one has leather seats, and this one, I mean, they're basically like cloth, whatever they are. I have no idea. But they're really comfortable. They have really good armchairs, and they're actually really nice. You get 4 electric windows on this titanium pack. This one's got the push start. Now, when I said about the push start, it's actually an optional extra on the base one, but it comes as standard on the titanium. Plus, one thing I actually didn't point out in the review is, it actually sounds really good. Nice if we get some music. Yeah, it sounds really nice. Stop. Yeah, anyway. you actually get a clock. It's actually a bit out because it says it's the 23rd of March 2020, 20 past 5. That's actually wrong. It's actually 20 past 6 because the clocks went forward. This was before the clocks went forward. We actually haven't changed it, and it is actually the 23rd of the April 2020. Anyway, moving swiftly on. This has got great door pockets. I could probably fit a 2-litre bottle in that. Plus, if I can reach over, it's got a decent glove box. You can't see, but it's actually really good. You can probably fit a lot of Easter eggs. You can't get this with an automatic, I don't think. You can get the new one with an automatic. Plus, you can adjust the steering wheel. It goes in and out and up, down, obviously. But yeah, if I take you over to the back, I'll be at the back, just in with a quick cut away now. Right, so we're in the back of the S-Max. Now, one thing I kind of didn't mention about in the back of the S-Max is it's actually really nice. Right, so if I sit up straight, I've got the front seat set for my mum, which is 5'7", and you know what? Right, so I'm 5'3", no, 5'4" even, about 5'3.5", and even with the panoramic sunroof, which actually does eat into space, look at that. 6-footers. My dad is 6'3", and he can easily fit in the back. Leg room, there's tons of it. It's like, and if I can put it forward a bit. Recliny. One thing I actually didn't mention in the S-Max review, go and check it out, obviously. But yeah, it feels like you're in a limousine. That's not even as far as it can go. I can go a bit further forward if I go for more even. Look at that. Like I'm in a limousine. Plus, £1,000 extra panoramic sunroof. Oh, it's really nice. On long journeys, I'm absolutely fine in the back. I could travel for miles in the back of this, and I already have. Because we usually take this as our family car for holidays, which we obviously can't do at the moment. But yeah, it's really nice. Plus you've got big windows so you can, kids, if you have kids obviously, if you're watching this as a bit of a inspirational review, oh, imagine that, not really, but you'll be able to see out the windows, yeah, but anyway, plus you can recline the seats in the middle by getting that forward and tugging this like red lever. But yeah, it's actually really nice. It's just relaxing and it's a comfortable car. And the suspension, because it's actually quite a fun car to drive, you think, oh, it's got really hard suspension. It really hasn't. It's actually really comfortable. Motorway trips are just sublime in this thing. Plus, you do know the airbags, the curtain airbags here, you can probably just see, they actually extend all the way to the 7 seats, but I can't really get in there because there's a bunch of stuff in the back. But one thing I am just going to do is a cutaway to the boot. So yeah, I'm going to see you at the boot in just with a quick cutaway right here. Right, so here's the boot. Now you can probably see what's in here. This is not what the usual stuff is. I have no idea what's been put in the back of this, but it can fit all of this, so why can't it fit all of your other stuff? It's actually a really practical boot, and the seats in there, you think that it's not very practical. It actually goes back quite far because the bolsters are actually quite spacious. Which means you can actually like fit stuff, which is actually quite a nice thing. Plus, there are some good features in the back. Got 12-volt socket in the back here, and if you have the 7 seats, you've got a cup holder, and you've got a little tray there. So if I fold that down, yep, there is the boot. Moving swiftly on from the practicality, what about the looks? From the side, it looks quite a typical MPV. Yeah, I like that, the trim. fits and all of that, and it looks really nice. Look here, trim fits as well. Yep, Elon Musk, you know where you're going with your Tesla Model X. You've got the things on the what's-names. They are halogens, but you have got LED running lights, which actually look really good. By the way, this ain't bended in. This is just how it looks as standard. We haven't really. Though, one thing that did happen to the car is, if I can get round, you can probably see there, we kind of scratched it a bit, but I can't really get around there very easily, so yeah. I think I personally like rear 3/4. If I get really nice down low, look at that. That looks nice. So yeah, there's the looks. And yeah, this is a great car for looking at and stuff. And it's really nice. And it kind of strikes you, stands out a bit more than your typical Citroen Grand C4 Picasso and Peugeot 5008. So yeah, there's the looks. However, while I've said a lot of good things in this review, it doesn't go without its faults. First thing is, the dials, while the seating position is really good, the rev counter is just a bit, so what? It's like half. It's not very good, I'll admit. However, it gets worse than this. What's the name? While it has nice gloss, it's really fiddly to use. It has got a good stereo, I'll admit. Fords have always had really good stereos, and that's no bias. Why am I dancing to Lady Gaga? I'm just saying. Yeah, it's really fiddly. But yeah, it gets worse. Third reason, visibility. It's actually really bad. There's a massive A-pillar back there, so it's really hard to see. And there's about 3 massive headrests, as big as these. Like, big. No. Yeah, you can't really see. What about all of the things about it being back there? You won't. While the seating position is really good, jacked up, if I get it all the way up, I can see a bit better back there. But look at how high I am. Look at this. And one thing I really hate about the armrest is, if you have it all the way forward, you have to lean back, and plus, if I do that. But one thing I really do like about this car is you can just have your arms in like the correct 90-degree angle. And yeah, this car, as I said, is really good for motorway trips, but that's a bit of an annoyance. Plus, it's really hard to navigate in town because of how wide the vehicle is. Like, the phone's mounted on the other side. I can barely touch you. And one thing I really hate is the optional extras. Now, the car, the titanium pack, would, in today's money, be about 27 grand. Which, I mean, doesn't seem so bad, but that's for the base one. Titanium pack, about 30 grand. Cruise control is about, well, on the base one, if you wanted to add all of the stuff that this one has. Cruise control. This one's got the manual handbrake. You can't get electronic handbrake unless if you go for the newer ones. Plus, you can't get a better style thing unless you go for the Titanium X, which costs about 32 grand. 32 grand for this basic box on wheels, which looks stylish. Yeah. Plus, one thing I am going to say is the safety. Now, while this thing has got a knee airbag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 airbags, it was crash tested in 2006, and yes, it did get 5 stars, but what about today? But this car is actually really nice because it has got the knee airbag. Like, I mean, come on, that was quite advanced for 2006. This was one of the first cars to actually have a knee airbag, which was actually quite advanced for 2006. But I don't like the seats. They're comfortable, but they're not leather. So yeah. And the only way you're gonna step up for leather seats is about 200 quid. I mean, yes, that may not seem that much, but I could probably get a decent sofa for that. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is it doesn't go without its faults. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It's a great car, and it's lovely. It's great. It's a big, special, fun family car that when you buy it, you won't regret it. But yeah, here's your S-Max update, because we have got a few things planned for when lockdown is finally over, which might not be for a bit, but yeah, news. Great. But yeah, this is basically a bit of a update on this car. And when we're out of lockdown, we're going to have a bit of fun with it. Should we take it to the Nürburgring? Because we actually think we should take this to the Nürburgring. Not put it on track, do like a road trip in it, and take take this car on it. And it's actually really quite a nice car, because I mean, I know it's like 4.5 hours to get to the Nürburgring if you're going fast. On the autobahns, if you really give it a bit of a burn. The top speed of this car is actually 145. Or somewhere around there, so we're going to try and get over 100. We have actually tried. You could actually give it a real good try. 0 to 60 on this is actually quite quick, 9.5 seconds. So, yeah, which isn't bad for a big box like this. But anyway, let's get out off the stats. Let's just finish this video with a good old have a good one, and yeah, get some good old fun out of your cars, because once you're out of lockdown, you can go and buy yourself some cool cars, not like whatever you want to buy. But yeah, anyway, I am going to be doing a few more reviews in the future when we're out of lockdown as well. But yeah, we're looking well too far ahead. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Bye! In fact, but actually, before we end the video, is one thing I actually found out was when we started up the stereo, I actually didn't even know how to do it because of how fiddly the stereo was. I'm used to the Vignale stereo, and I'll admit, that's not the best stereo system on the market. Well, the stereo is actually really good. It's better than in most sports cars. So yeah, if you want to look like a chav, then get a full Mondeo Vignale. Anyway, that's really bad hints, but this is actually the end of the video. So yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, hope you have a good one. Bye.